Okay, I say that sort of humorously. 7 years ago, I started vlogging because I wanted to share the journey of starting cloth diapers with my firstborn. 7 years ago, I have successfully cloth diapered 3 children. I still love cloth diapers, despite all the poop. A lot of poop. I'm being summoned. They cannot go on without me.
Mama.
Yes, dear. Those aren't words. I don't know what that is. You have poop?
Yes.
Well, speak of the devil. I was just talking about poop. I'll be right back. I am the kind of person that I need to talk things out, like to be able to process them. There are so many wonderful resources for homeschooling now. I think back to when my mom started homeschooling me. She didn't have all the resources that I have today. YouTube and, these online podcasts and everything. She started homeschooling me when I was 7, so that was 20 years ago. She pulled me out of public school because we were moving in the middle of the school year and I didn't know half of my letter sounds, much less how to read. She began homeschooling me and within a few months I was reading on a 3rd grade level. I had such a great experience being homeschooled myself for 11-ish years. I really hope to give my kids a positive experience as well. I always wanted to homeschool from the time that I was little bitty. But when River was 5, I was pregnant with Chase at the time, and I thought that it would make it kind of an easy transition to 3 kids if I put him in kindergarten. He barely made the age cut by like a few days. So after his 5th birthday, it was about 2 weeks later, he started going to public school. It was nice to have him there, but I also missed him a lot. I mean, I expected that because I'd never really spent a lot of time away from him. And I know a lot of parents joke around about how they can't wait for summer to be over, but I'm kind of the opposite. And my kids drive me crazy. Like, trust me. We had a really good experience. We loved his teacher, but it still didn't feel right. Homeschooling's always been a way of life for me. My siblings were homeschooled. I was homeschooled. I wanted to homeschool my children. It's just how it was. About 6 months into public school, I was feeling really restless and really wanting him to come home, but I didn't want to make an emotional decision about it either. So I started praying a really specific prayer that God would let something happen to show me loud and clear that we were supposed to homeschool, but that he would keep River safe, whatever it was. Like a week or 2 later, River walked home from school without anyone noticing. John took him to the bus stop. He got on the bus, went to school, went just into the entrance of the building, and then came home. 2 or 3 adults saw him leave and nobody stopped him. That was like a huge sign for me. That was the sign that I'd asked for. I asked for God to do something to show me. And immediately my thought was, well, it looks like we're homeschooling now. And when I called John and told him what happened, he said the same thing. I felt so much peace about it. I've never for 1 minute thought, oh, well, maybe I should send him back to public school. Maybe next year. It's always just been really firm for me since then. I know that we made the right decision. The following year, he was going to be in 1st grade, but this whole 6 months that he was in school, I felt like he missed out on just being a kid. There was so much that was expected of him. Kindergarten is not what it was when I was little. I kind of felt bad in a way. Instead of doing 1st grade with him, we didn't really do much of anything. We did a little math here and there if it came up, because he was really interested in math. Definitely didn't do school. We moved to Pennsylvania last summer and I knew right away what I was going to do. My mom did PA Cyber, which is a charter school with my younger siblings, and they use the Calvert curriculum, which is kind of an accelerated program. So I put him in 1st grade Calvert, and that's what we've been doing for 6 months. I tested River with some reading, and he's right about a 3rd grade level, which is awesome. Even though we didn't do 1st grade when he was 6, we're going to be able to go into 3rd grade next year. I know that grades don't really matter and that all kids learn at a different pace, but at the same time, it's kind of comforting for me because I know that he's not behind. It helps me to feel like I made a good decision for him and letting him just be a kid. And we've had a great experience and we're coming up to the end of school here. We almost have an entire year of school under our belt. And I mean, it's just so cool. We're almost done. Woo! For this next year though, I'm not sure if we're gonna stick with Calvert, even though it's been really great. I'm kind of excited to try something new. So that's what I want to talk about in the next video. I hope that these videos can be inspiring to you and maybe encouraging if you're thinking of homeschooling. Trust me, like if I can do this, girl, you can do it. It's cold. Why is it always cold? I don't even remember what hot coffee tastes like.